This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renasant Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
And we welcome you into the Davis Event Center for tonight's matchup between the Mississippi Delta Trojans as they take it to the road to face off with ICC here tonight on the home floor inside the Davis Event Center. Taking a look first at the starters for the visitors, presented to you by Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works. They will start Jacambriona Cheatham, a 5'5" sophomore out of Noxubee County High School. Jalea Gaddison, a 5'6" freshman out of Hollandale Simmons. Sabria Lee, a 5'7" sophomore from McGee High School. Jamario Jones, a freshman forward from Forest, Mississippi, and Anastasia Wade, a 5'9" freshman from Cleveland Central High School. We'll take it to the floor now for the starting lineup for the Lady Indians. So there is a look at the Lady Indians. Those home starters again brought to you by Coke. Taking a look deeper at that starting lineup, Jim. Tabria Gandy back as the point guard. Nice to see Tabria back in the starting lineup. The sophomore out of Starkville standing at 5'3", averaging 11.1 points per game on the season. That is Tabria Gandy. The shooting guard in the starting set will be Whitney Watkins, a 5'8" sophomore out of Decatur, Alabama. Watkins leads the team with 11.3 points per game. Zaire Burgess will be the small forward inside the set, the 5'9 freshman out of Lafayette County High School. And in the post, Sarah Freelow, the sophomore out of Tupelo, 5'9. And again, down there in the post, she'll start at the 4 spot. That is Sarah Freelow. And rounding out the starting lineup in the post is Keeley Wilson, a 5'10 sophomore out of Horn Lake High School up in Olive Branch. Jim, welcome you into the broadcast tonight. Got another big division matchup here tonight for the Indians, and kind of the same story as it's been the last few weeks. You control your own destiny. You need that win tonight to keep everything out in front of you.
You're right, Jordan. Glad to be here tonight. A big game, a division game, and we got to keep pace here. We're chasing East Mississippi, but we don't need to worry about that. We got 4 more regular season games to start tonight at home. Need to take advantage of this.
Here's the First American National Bank opening tip. Remember to follow the flag from Iuka to Tupelo to find the nearest First American National Bank location near you, celebrating 55 years of being a customer-driven and community-focused bank. That is the First American National Bank. The opening possession of the contest, you'll notice here on Breast Cancer Awareness Night, it is the Lady Indians in their all-pink uniforms. That's first shot of the night, no good. Rebound goes to Mississippi Delta. Delta in those charcoal gray uniforms, red lettering and numbers for the Trojans. ICC opens up in a bit of a zone set. Pass goes to the elbow. Shot goes up off the far side, no good. And rebound to Tabria Gandy. Gandy up the floor in a hurry, finds Keeley Wilson off the corner. Off the wing. It hits back iron, no good, goes out of bounds, and it will be
Delta's ball.
Off the Indians. They'll say Delta will hold on to possession, or will take possession over, that is. So with 9:14 to go in the first quarter, no score as Delta takes back the basketball. Jalea Gaddison running the point guard as the point guard in the offensive set. Kick over into the far side corner. Looked like an extra step there she got away with. Loses the ball, fights around, but ICC will come out of the post with the basketball. Bria Gandy, quick pass goes off inside. Shot up off the back iron, no good from Zaire Burgess. And rebound goes to Delta. As you'll notice on your screen, a few number changes out there tonight. Burgess wearing the number 20. So a little bit of a change for her. Whitney Watkins wearing the number 13, switching over from her usual number 4. So we'll have some new numbers to get used to out there tonight as Delta gets into the scoring column first and takes an early 2-0 lead. And just a careless pass there from the Indians off the hands of Sarah Freelow out of bounds, and Delta takes back the basketball.
Jordan, a little sloppy here to start out the first quarter. We're down 2-0, 8:25 left in the first quarter. Need to settle down and start playing some ICC women basketball.
Foul's going to go against 22. Freelow, that's the first foul call of the night. First personal for Freelow, first team foul, and she'll sub off the floor. We'll see Mariah Holland come into the game. Substitution brought to you by the ICC BSU. Follow them on Twitter at ICC BSU. 2-0, Delta leads, 8:18 remaining in the first quarter. Back into a 2-3 zone set, so we've seen ICC in the half court. Man-to-man, we've also seen that 2-3 zone as it's a travel in the corner from Sabria Lee, so a turnover on Delta gives the ball to ICC. You know, Jim, as you look at some of the numbers and kind of delve into that and what that can sometimes mean in a game, I found a couple of things interesting. ICC averages 70.5 points per game. Delta averages just a tick over 61 as errant pass. ICC is able to run it down with Keeley Wilson and retain possession, 15 seconds on the shot clock. But as we mentioned, 70 points per game for ICC, 61 for Delta. Yet Delta shoots it almost 5% better from the field than ICC does. It's an errant pass over there into the corner. They're going to say
stepped out of bounds.
Antonisha Wade stepped out of bounds there in the corner, so another turnover. And that's been kind of the story here early on. It's just turnovers both ways. Neither team establishing much consistency on the offensive end.
No rhythm right now. Mississippi Delta Lady Trojans up 2-0. 7:30 left in the first quarter.
Whitney Watkins thinks about the corner three. Says no, dribble drives in there. A wild shot goes up, but there's a foul on the rebound. I'll say 14, Sabria Lee whistled for the foul. Get her for going over the back on the rebound, so the pass will come in underneath the goal for the Lady Indians. 20 seconds back onto the shot clock. Inbound pass to Whitney Watkins, and it rattles around and goes down for Watkins. So ICC into the scoring column now, takes the lead back 3-2, 7:20 remaining in the first quarter. So some pressure defensively off the made basket. Delta forces it to the elbow, now kicks off towards the corner. Shot goes up off back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Keeley Wilson. Here's what Wilson likes to do. Likes to rebound, get out and run in transition. Forces it up the floor, kicks off in the corner. Watkins with it again, pull up for another one. Can she get it? Yes, she can. Rattles around off the glass, it goes down. Not necessarily a Renasant bank shot, but we'll say it did hit the glass, it rolls around, and you're just living right when you get that one to go down, Jim.
No doubt about it. Whitney Watkins, 2 threes in a row. We're up 6-2. 6:40 left in the first quarter.
Nice defense out at the top of the key from Keeley Wilson as she knocks it loose, goes out of bounds right here in front of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. For more information on how you can help contribute to ICC, visit iccms.com/foundation. As we see Lamaya Pfeiffer checks into the contest for the first time tonight for the Lady Indians. Substitution brought to you by Bank of Oklahoma. Visit bankofoklahoma.com. 6-2 ICC leads under the 7-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. Pass picked off by Tabria Gandy. 2-on-1 in transition. Forces a pass up front. No good. But she retains possession and now goes back to work offensively. Pass goes off into the post, trying to get it to Pfeiffer, and sails out of bounds. Well, you know, in transition there, you're looking for a bounce pass. You had an open look down the lane, and instead of going with the bounce variety, it was a chest pass, and it just didn't get where it was going, Jim.
We're still up 6-2, but there's turnover after turnover for both teams here early in the ball game.
ICC extends that 2-3 zone out, looking to trap it around. As ball gets tipped, deflected, it comes up into the hands of Keeley Wilson, and here she goes again out in transition. Up the far side of the floor, attacks, pull-up jumper from 6 feet. It's good for Keeley Wilson. And a quick timeout there for Coach Tangela Banks as her team is, as well as ICC at times, having trouble taking care of the basketball. 8-2 ICC lead, 6:07 remaining in the first quarter. This is Indian basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renasant Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renasant, supporting women in the communities they influence every day.
Back here inside the Davis Event Center for this MACJC North Division matchup between ICC and Mississippi Delta. ICC comes into the night at 15-3 on the year, 7-1 in division play, 5-14 on the campaign for Delta, 1-7 inside division. Two teams matched up a little bit earlier in the year. It was a 63-42 win for the Lady Indians down at Delta on January the 16th. Pull up three from the corner is an air ball that time from Tanisha Wade. Wade does lead the team in scoring, but a good rebound for Delta and able to put it back and cut the lead back to 8-4. Trying to go full court press. Gandy forces the ball up the floor, kicked into the corner to Wilson. They say Wilson traveled. So again, just the turnover bug biting early and often tonight for the Indians. We'll see Tatiana Normant check onto the floor for the first time tonight. She'll sub off Keeley Wilson. Substitution brought to you by the Kegel Eye Center. 862 Eyes to set up your appointment today. So back into that 2-3 zone. It's more of a jump style defense. So as soon as they cross half court, they're jumping into a trap if they have the opportunity. Nice job there by Delta to break it. And then ICC settles back into that 2-3 zone. Gave up the baseline there. Pass goes to the corner. Had a look but chose not to give it or take it. Now 4 seconds on the shot clock, down to 2 seconds. Pull up three from Delta, rattles around, no good, and rebound goes to Lamaya Pfeiffer. Nice job there by Pfeiffer to control the glass, and that's a spot where ICC definitely has an advantage. They average 45 rebounds per game, only 28 rebounds for Delta. That's a plus 17 margin when you look at the sheet for ICC. It's an air ball from Tabria Gandy off the hands of Delta, though, and ICC will hold on to possession. Just feels like, Jim, neither team on either side has much of a feel for an offense.
You know, I'm looking at a total, and this a little bit is a guesstimate, but I've been keeping it last few minutes. We have 5 turnovers. They have 6 here in the first quarter.
Well, add another one to that mark as the inbound pass goes off the feet of Lamaya Pfeiffer. Now transition opportunity for Delta. Layup is missed. Rebound goes up, though, and it is good. So a nice job finishing there by Wade. Puts it in off the glass off the far side, and suddenly that 8-2 lead has shrunk to 8-6. 4:35 to go in the first quarter. Nice pass there to get the ball up the floor into the middle of the lane to to Holland. Holland can't finish it, but there's Tatiana Norman on the offensive board and puts it in off the glass off the far side. There's Norman's first points of the night, and that gives ICC back a 4-point lead. Delta rotates the ball around the key, now pulls up, they're going to say from a step inside the three-point line, no good. Rebound goes to Whitney Watkins. Watkins now with some urgency up the far side of the floor, dribbles towards the corner, now kicks back top of the key to Norman. Norman dribble drive, floater in the lane, and it's good for Tatiana Norman. And there again, we've talked about it weeks upon weeks, but that spark off the bench, and Tatiana Norman has showed up again here in the first quarter. So back-to-back buckets for Norman leads to a 12-6 lead. Shot blocked by Lamaya Pfeiffer on the defensive end. Now Gandy thinks better of the offensive side, slows things down. Now dribbles, pulls up, stops at the logo, and it's going to kick over to Pfeiffer, a whistle, and they're going to say 3 seconds in the lane. It's a quick 3-second call there.
Quick.
So we'll see substitutions for ICC as Shamaria Overton checks onto the floor for the first time tonight, as well as Keeley Wilson back into action. And we'll also see Zaire Burgess, who started the contest, checked out early. She's back out there. So to reset the lineup for the Indians, it's Overton, Wilson, Norman, Pfeiffer, and Burgess onto the floor for the ladies in pink, sporting those pink jerseys tonight in recognition of Breast Cancer Awareness Night. As a nice dribble drive there from Jones up the baseline, makes a move there at the block, lays up off the left side, and she's fouled in the process. So she'll go to the line for an extra shot. That foul will go against Tatiana Norman, her first personal, team second. As the free throw is up and good, and now we'll see Scarlett Guest come onto the floor. She'll sub off Keeley Wilson. So Scarlett Guest really provided a spark plug off the bench last week in that matchup against Northeast. Had, I believe, 3 threes off the bench in the matchup, seeing more playing time than we've really seen with her throughout the years. So it was nice to see the freshman in there in the lineup and provide that off the bench, especially from behind the arc. Burgess, top of the key, kicks off right side to Overton. Overton tries to go inside. The pass is fumbled around and goes back to Delta. Jones down the far side, dribbled in there, decided better of it, kicked it back to Wade. Now skip pass goes back to Jones into the corner. Jones goes baseline. Thought she got away with a double dribble as the pass comes back to the key. Kicks off front iron, no good. Offensive rebound, and she's going to be fouled in the process. As nice job there by Cheatham to get in position for the rebound. And as she goes up, she was fouled by Pfeiffer, and we'll go to the charity stripe. First foul for Pfeiffer, third foul for the Lady Indians, and it's just a constant rotation right now of Coach Porter trying to find the right lineup on the floor. As we've seen, she's played just about everybody she has on her bench so far, right, trying to find the right number. First free throw is up, no good. Here comes the second opportunity from Cheatham. It's off the back iron, no good as well, as rebound fought for, controlled by Shamaria Overton. Overton skip pass to Guess in the corner, went right over the top of Whitney Watkins' head. Now back to Guess. Guess for 3 out of the corner, and it's going to be just short. It's going to hit off Pfeiffer's hands and go out of bounds. Now we'll get that substitution. As Elizabeth Ingram comes onto the floor now for ICC, they'll sub off Lamaya Pfeiffer. Substitution brought to you by Joey Cox, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent. You can contact Joey Cox at 862-9340. 12-9, ICC leads, 2:25 remaining in the first quarter as they've stuck really, Jim, into that 2-3 zone, but they've jumped it out trying to trap the basketball as it crosses the half-court line. Scarlett Guest with it in transition, dribbles into the corner. Now she's got folks all around her. The trap is there, trying to call a timeout. They're going to say Coach Porter did get that. Well, that's the one thing you can't do in transition is you can't dribble it over there into the corner and pick it up. That allows for it to be easily trapped. You've got nowhere to go with the basketball. So a nice job of getting that timeout there by Coach Porter.
She was triple teamed. She using a lot of hurt there. Glad we got the timeout. We're up 12-9, 2:10 left in the first quarter.
We'll take this break during the timeout. We'll be back with more right after this. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network. Well, we were a little bit late getting into the timeout there. We're just going to keep it here. As Jim, you know, the first quarter really has been dominated by turnovers.
No doubt about it. I'm looking right now. ICC has 8 turnovers. Mississippi Delta has 7 turnovers. We haven't even played the first period yet. No rhythm, a lot of turnovers. Both teams trying extremely hard, just not taking care of the ball.
And, you know, you're coming off a week where ICC had a big, rivalry matchup against Northeast last Monday. Did not play on Thursday, though, so you have not seen the floor in game action in over a week. sometimes it takes a little bit of time to get that rust off, get rid of the cobwebs, get back out there and go. But the offensive end has been turnover after turnover, as you mentioned. Overton pulls up from 10 feet, no good. Rebound. Fought for. Nice pass off the rebound. Stays in ICC's hand, and now Guess ends up with it. Coach Porter says just back it out. Let's reset. Overton takes the basketball, 10 seconds. Guess, open look off the wing. Gets up off the iron, no good. Rebound goes to Watkins this time. Or excuse me, that's Norman. I'm used to seeing that before and thinking Whitney Watkins, but that's Tatiana Norman. Norman dribble drive, kicks off to Burgess. Burgess shot no good. Rebound batted around again. This time Delta will come away with it. Quick pass up the floor. Wade with it. Excuse me, that's Jones. Jones kicks it back over to her right side to Lee. Lee goes back to Jones. Ball nearly goes out of bounds right in front of the ICC bench. Now here's Wade right at the free throw line. Goes back to Jones. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now penetration off the right side. Wild shot thrown up, no good. Rebound is fought for. Did not touch the rim, so shot clock's in danger of going down. That one touched the rim, though. As they're going to say, ICC finally got a hold of the rebound, and then just a foul a long way from the basket on Delta. They'll get that one on Sabria Lee. So a foul about 80 feet away from the basket gets ICC back the basketball.
Twelve to 9. Lady Angels up by 3. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Elizabeth Ingram just hit a 3 from the corner.
They're going to
say the lead.
They're going to say she had a step inside the three-point line there, so they're going to give her 2. But again, a nice-looking bucket there for Elizabeth Ingram, but she stepped inside the corner. Now on the defensive side, she did a good job of getting in position as well. They're going to say just as she let go of the basketball, though, they got her for a foul. So foul goes on Ingram. That's her first personal. 4th team foul, but they will say shooting variety. And that will send Jamariel Jones to the stripe for Delta. Subs back onto the floor, Whitney Watkins and Tabria Gandy. Subs off Tatiana Norman and Scarlett Guest. Substitution brought to you by Coca-Cola. The Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, a proud sponsor of ICC Athletics. First free throw from Jones. It is up and is good.
Jordan, she's got a good-looking shot. She's 2 for 2 tonight. Looks very, very calm at the free throw line. I'm trying to psych her out here. Hopefully she's going to miss this one. Nope.
Did work. 2 for 2 off the line for Jones, the freshman out of Forest High School, averaging 5 points per game. She's played in all 19 games so far on the year for the Lady Trojans, started in 11 of those.
She averages 5 a game. She's got 5 already.
Yeah, good-looking freshman player there for Delta. So 22 seconds on the game clock as well as the shot clock, so no differential between the two. ICC an opportunity here to hold it for the last shot. Tabria Gandy directing her offense, goes 4 across with Norman, Ingram, Burgess, and Watkins. Tax now 5 seconds on the shot clock. Starts right, comes back left. Pass on the cut through there, and they're going to say she walked with it. So ICC is not going to get that last look at the basket as Norman had done a good job flashing all the way to the goal. Had that pass there, but they say Gandy drug a foot, and they whistle her for the travel. So another turnover for ICC. Quick pass comes up the floor, and Delta's not going to get a shot off. So ICC, would have loved to have had a bucket there with that last opportunity, but they turned it over. Delta can't capitalize on it, but still a sloppy quarter of play for ICC. 14-11, ICC leads after 1 quarter. We'll be back with more after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Carhop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this.
Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
Davis Ford in Fulton is your Ford dealer for new cars, trucks, and SUVs and has a wide inventory of certified pre-owned vehicles. Find your next dream car or truck from our Ford showroom or go online to davisfordsales.com and search our new and used inventory to see what is on our lot. So stop by and test drive the all-new fuel-efficient Ford Focus or Ford Fusion or the new Ford Explorer or F-150. Go further with Davis Ford, 904 West Main Street in Fulton or online davisfordsales.com.
14-11, ICC leads in this division matchup here inside the Davis Event Center. And Jim, thinking back as we open up the second quarter here. Back to that first quarter, if I had to think of one word to describe it, it would be sloppy, with about 3 exclamation marks at the back of it.
No doubt about it, Jordan. A total of 16 turnovers, 9 by the Indians and 7 by the Lady Trojans. Pretty sloppy basketball. Hopefully we can get it going here.
Keeley Wilson out in transition is a good way to do that, but she throws up a layup, hits off the back iron, no good. Now Delta out in transition trying to run. Here comes Jones. She picks up her dribble. Maybe gets away with a travel violation, as for 3 that time it was Vanita Williams. It was no good, and now the track meet is on again. Tabria Gandy tries to go up and under and get the pass over to Keeley Wilson. It sails out of bounds off the hands of Delta, and ICC will retain possession. But again, through 40 seconds here in the second quarter, just more of the same.
No doubt.
Transition up and down the floor, passes flying out of bounds, turnovers everywhere. Just has not been very crisp on either end. Inbound pass goes to Gandy. Gandy dribbles in there, gets a look inside the paint. Tried to kick the ball back over to Freelo, and another turnover for ICC. Up the floor in a hurry comes Delta. Gaddison operates off the far side, gets the ball there to the baseline. Now kick over to the corner to Lee. No good for 3. Offensive board, though, that time from number 40, Ladidra Bryant. Bryant's able to go up and finish off the glass, and we've got a 1-point game. 14-13, under 9 minutes to go in the first half, and ICC just sloppy on both ends. Turnovers leading to points for Delta. 2-3 zone for Delta as they had an opportunity to get it to Watkins for an open 3. It's a little slow getting it there as Wilson gets the pass back. She took one too many steps into the shot, a travel call, and Jim, is that turnover
12.
number 11?
Number 12. Not number 11, I'm sorry. 11 turnovers. Lady Indians down, the Indians are up 14-13, 8:30 left in the second quarter.
And you'd like to say it has a lot to do with maybe taking off on Thursday, having that bye opportunity. But still, it looks like ICC is really struggling to work off some of that rust, especially on the offensive end. It's a bad shot from Delta. Tabria Gandy went up for the rebound. It hit off her hand as it sailed out of bounds. Delta will hold on to possession, as we'll see the leading scorer for the Lady Trojans, Antonisha Wade, come back onto the floor. She got a little bit of a breather there to open up the second quarter. Pass comes inbounds to Jones, bouts off her hand. Overton takes over in transition, attacks all the way, and she's just going to dribble it off her foot, and it goes out of bounds. You know, that's been the night so far, as ICC's had plenty of opportunities out in transition, and Jim, they have not capitalized on any of them.
Had a chance to extend the lead there to 3. Had another turnover, only up by 1 with 8:10 left in the second quarter.
Basketball, just every time anybody's dribbled it inside the arc on either side, the basketball's just fumbled around and been a loose cannon. Missed shot for Delta leads to a turnover, or leads to a rebound from Tabria Gandy. Gandy hits the ball to Normant, firing up the floor. She misses the layup off the left side, and it goes out of bounds off ICC, and Delta takes it back. And this has just been a discombobulated mess so far.
You know, we've had our chances with some layups here and missed some, hitting the rim, missing some shots. The positive is we're still up 14-13. 7:50 left in the second quarter.
Lady Indians have not scored here in the second quarter. 7:45 to go in the half as a 1-2-1-1 press for ICC. So a little bit of a different look. We've seen the man-to-man in the half court. We've seen the 2-3 zone. We've seen them jump out of that 2-3 zone into a trap up top. Now a 1-2-1-1 was the look. Missed shot there for Delta, but there again, there's Bryant for the offensive board. She goes up, finishes it, gets fouled again, and she's going to go to the line as Delta takes their first lead of the night. Foul goes against Shamaria Overton, her first personal, team's first here in the second quarter. We'll see substitution as Zaire Burgess comes off the floor. They'll bring back on Lamaya Pfeiffer. So you can see Coach Porter is just going down the bench trying to find the right order and just has not been able to get it out there yet. Free throw from Bryant. It is up. It is good. Bryant only averaging 3 points per game, and she's got 5.
And she's looked good coming off the bench, taking her time underneath, banking the shots in, 2 for 2, 1 for 1 from the free throw line.
16-14, Delta takes the lead. As ICC just looking to take care of the basketball on the offensive end. That'll help there, as Delta's done a good job of staying away from the foul. That time, though, as Gandy goes up from about 14 feet out, they're going to call Antonisha Wade for the foul, her first personal, team's first, and that'll send Gandy to the free throw line. One place Tabria Gandy really wanted to improve over the course of the last few weeks was from the free throw line. She's done that as the first one is up and good for her. She was only shooting the free throws at about 55%, so that's not a great number, but good news is it was down below 50% about a week ago, so she's done a good job of battling back and being better from the charity stripe as she converts on both opportunities there.
Jordan,
we're tied up at 16.
Get her going. That's her first 2 points of the ball game. We know she's so explosive. Maybe she'll get going now.
You know, Tabria has been dealing with a sickness over the course of the last few weeks and gets back into the starting lineup tonight. I believe it's her first start in the last 2 weeks dealing with that sickness, but it is good to see Tabria back out there. Out in transition comes Tatiana Norman, picks up her dribble there off the right side wing, kicks into the corner to Overton. Now Overton attacks off the baseline. She throws up a shot somehow. That thing almost went down, but they're going to say it is a shooting foul. Foul will go against Bryant, so Bryant has been the offensive, willpower for Delta over the course of the last few minutes, but a foul goes against her. That is her first personal here at the 6:48 mark. It'll send Shamaria Overton to the line. First free throw from Overton is up. It is good. So 3 for 3 so far tonight off the stripe for ICC.
And there's a positive. We're shooting free throws well right now.
You know, that has been something that has definitely bothered Coach Porter as misses that second one there. Offensive board, though, for Tabria Gandy. But ICC came into the night shooting the free throws under 60%. There definitely was room for improvement there, especially as you think forward to state tournament, region tournament, and such here down the stretch. Tabria Gandy for 3 off the near side wing. That rattles home and good. And there's Tabria. And you mentioned it just a minute ago. Maybe those free throws will kind of wake her up on the offensive end. It looks like you may have been exactly right.
Get her going. We've got a 4-point lead. 6:27 left in the second period. ICC women 20. Delta Lady Trojans 16.
It was ICC who led it 14-11 at the end of the first quarter, but Delta fought back, took the lead at 16-14. But from then on, ICC on a 6-0 run and has regained the lead 20-16, 6:27 to play in the first half. Inbound pass for Delta, a little give and go action off the baseline. Now give it back up top to Williams. Williams pulls up from 16 feet out and it goes straight in the hole, good. So 2 points for Williams, back to 20-18 now for the Lady Indian lead. You know, hadn't got Whitney Watkins really going. She made 2 quick threes in the first quarter. Haven't seen much from her other than that, though, so far tonight on the offensive end as Gandy tries to go back to the well for a 3-point bucket. No good, and here comes Delta out in transition. That has got to be a walk. They're going to say a foul. I thought she walked before she got there. Looked like those feet shuffled, but nonetheless, it is a foul call that goes against ICC. They're going to get Watkins that time. I'm looking up and seeing that 13, and I'm thinking, that is not Whitney Watkins. I'm used to her wearing the number 4 in the traditional whites and blues, but tonight those pink uniforms for the Lady Indians. His first free throw is up and good for Delta. And ICC, as we mentioned earlier, wearing those pink uniforms tonight in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Night, and actually we're able to honor one of our officials here early on tonight. Breast cancer survivor, that is, Jim, and you happen to know this lady.
Yes, Kathy has been around for a long time. Great official, outstanding lady in the community. Very, very glad to honor her tonight.
She is one of our officials out here tonight. Was able to be presented with a gift. Nice to have her on the floor here tonight during this breast cancer awareness game. Missed shot from ICC leads to a transition opportunity for Delta. They convert it and get fouled again. And every time they get the ball right there to the glass, they've got it to go down and got fouled. That foul is going to go against Overton. Count the basket, and that will send them back to the line, and Delta's taking back the lead. Second foul goes against Overton, so we'll see Norman sub back onto the floor for Shamaria. Second foul for Overton, third team foul. Jamariel Jones goes back to the line. That one is up and good. And Jones, as we mentioned earlier, just a young freshman, but she has looked very much in control and has been someone they can go to on the offensive end when they needed that spark.
Extremely athletic, leading the team with 8 points here in the second quarter.
So back to a 3-point lead for Delta as we are back and forth. Inbound pass goes to Holland. Holland cannot handle it, and Delta takes it back. Here they come into the front court. Dribble drive up the baseline, pull-up jumper. I guess you could say more of a floater variety that time from Jalea Gaddison. She pulls it up right there on the block. It hits off the glass. It's good. That's a 5-point lead for Delta, their largest lead of the night. Coach Porter says that is enough Let's have a conversation about that over here. So timeout, ICC. They trail 25-20 with just over 5 minutes remaining in the first half. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The longer a person has diabetes, the more likely they are to develop diabetic retinopathy. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to blindness. That's why it's important for diabetics to have a comprehensive eye examination with dilation once a year. I'm Dr. Laurie Cagle of Cagle Eye Center in Fulton. We offer comprehensive eye exams to provide diagnosis and treatment of various eye diseases. Browse our large selection of frames available in prescription and non-prescription. Call to schedule your appointment today at Cagle Eye Center in Fulton.
Jim, we talked about it in the break between the first and second quarter and how ICC struggled to take care of the basketball. It's just been pretty sloppy, and those numbers have continued here through the second quarter.
You're right. Delta has 9 turnovers, but we have 13 total turnovers. Still got 5 minutes left in the second quarter.
Definitely need to get a hold of that number. Just take care of value possession of the basketball. That's been where the issue has been so far. Tatiana Normant pulls up, no good. Lots of contact. They're going to say a foul on the rebound. That foul looks like it will go against Delta. They're going to get Sabria Lee for the foul on the rebound. So only the third team foul of the quarter for Delta, but that's the second one to go against Lee. So it'll be an inbound pass underneath the goal for ICC as Watkins will throw in the basketball. Pass comes into Mariah Holland. Holland back up top to Gandy now. A little pick and pop with Whitney Watkins. She pulls up 3. It rattles around and it goes down again. Well, that's the third time tonight Watkins has been able to get it to go home from three-point land. But that's 2 of them that has rolled all the way around the rim before it went down. So a good-looking shot there from Watkins. That gets ICC back to within 2, 25-23. Delta leads as Jones goes back to work off the baseline. Nice defense, though, by ICC as Whitney Watkins and Mariah Holland just cut her off right there at the block. A block shot will be credited to one of the two. Pass goes out of bounds. They say it will hit off Jones, and they get back possession. So a chance to tie or take back the lead here for ICC as Whitney Watkins was good from 3 on the last possession. That time it was Gandy trying to pull up the floater there off the block. It's no good, but ICC, again, gets the rebound and is fouled in the process. That foul goes against Jalila Gadsden. That'll be the 4th foul. And they'll send Mariah Holland to the free throw line. Jim, on a night where not a lot has gone ICC's way, they've struggled to take care of the basketball, and they trail by 2 at the 4:14 mark remaining in the first half. The one thing they've done well is attack the glass. Hitting the glass, getting the rebounds, and give a lot of credit to Whitney Watkins. She's hit 3 big threes to keep us in this ball game, really. We kind of knew coming into the night that it felt like this was an opportunity for ICC to really control the glass as 1 for 2 off the line for Mariah Holland. They were a plus 17 statistically. You look back over the course of the year, they averaged 17 more rebounds per game than Delta was. And with the size and the way that Coach Porter's team likes to attack the glass, they really had an opportunity to take advantage of some second chance opportunities. Swing the pass across the floor to Jones. She picks up her dribble, kicks back right side. Now it's Williams. Kicks back over to her left to Bulliner. Bulliner drives the lane, pulls up off the block, and there's going to be a whistle. There was a lot of contact, but they're going to say she walked before she got there.
Could have been an offensive foul, but they gave her a break, gave her a walking.
So another turnover goes against Delta, and I hope you got enough ink in that pen over there keeping track of those turnovers, because that's what it's been a lot of. 25-24, Delta leads, under 4 minutes to play here in the first half. So ICC looks to take back the lead as there's a whistle and a foul on the entry pass. Going to get Sharnick Mosley. Mosley, a freshman out of Nettleton, Mississippi, so up here in our district. That's going to be foul number 2 on Mosley, but more importantly, that's the 5th team foul. That's going to send Keeley Wilson to the line for 2. First free throw from Wilson off the front iron, no good. So a chance to tie things at 25 here with this second shot. Wilson been one of the better free throw shooters on the year, averaging about 68%. Second one for Keeley's up. It is good. So we're all tied now at 25. Full court press for ICC as all 5 players are within the half-court stripe and forward, trying to trap the basketball and make things difficult. As cross-court pass comes up the floor to Jones, they break the press successfully and now have an opportunity to sit into a set on the offensive end. Pull up for 3. That time was Mosley, no good. Rebound fought for, controlled by Delta. Now an easy look at layup. It is up. It is good. There for Lee. Just pulled it up right there in the middle. Somehow the smallest girl there in the paint ended up with the basketball. And she puts it in off the glass and good. Tatiana Norman attacks the basket. It's no good. Rebound fought for, put up by Holland, no good. Now Norman gets it back, kicks up top to Whitney Watkins, and Watkins drives it in there and lays it up off the right side. It squares us back up at 27 again.
Great job by Watkins. Hit 3 threes, now drove for the layup, leading the team with 11 points. Tied up 27 apiece, 2:50 until halftime.
So 11 points for Whitney Watkins. That matches what she's averaged on the season. Is on the drive, a foul. On ICC, they'll say Tabria Gandy with a bit of a push. It'll be 4th team foul for ICC, so from here on out, Delta will be shooting free throws. 1st team foul on Tabria. So reset the shot clock to 20 seconds as we await the inbound pass. Pass comes up top as ICC got lucky that time as Vanita Williams had broke wide open down the lane. Shot goes up from Delta, no good. Rebound comes to Antonasha Wade. Wade tried to go right back up with it, and she got fouled in the process. So there's foul number 5. That'll send Wade to the free throw line. She'll shoot 2. Wade is the only lady for Delta that's averaging in double figures. She averages 11.1 points per game. Shoots at about 63% off the free throw line. First one's up. It is no good. Delta, you know, we've kind of harped on ICC struggles off the free throw line. Delta not much better. They shoot it at 63%. So, you know, that's probably a number there as the second free throw from Wade's up, and it is no good either. That's going to be a number that Coach Tangela Banks, she's probably not very happy with as well. All square, 2:30 to play in the first half, 27 apiece. As ICC on the offensive end is just pretty much looking to get the basketball to Whitney Watkins. Pass picked off, and here comes Delta in transition. Attacks off right side, pass, or the shot got blocked, but they're going to say a foul in the process, and they're going to get to Bria Gandy for her second personal.
2 quick ones. Jordan is 27 apiece, 2:20 until halftime, all tied up here in Fulton, Mississippi.
So Tabria Gandy will have to come off the floor for the Lady Indians. We'll see Scarlett Guest see action for the second time tonight. Substitution brought to you by the Little Caesars of Fulton. Don't forget to download that Little Caesars app. That is Little Caesars here in Fulton. His first free throw is up and good by Jalila Gadsden. That gives Delta back a 1-point lead. 28-27 is the advantage. His second shot's up. It is good as well. So 2-point advantage now for the Lady Trojans. So with Gandy to the bench, Keeley Wilson will slide over as the point guard in the set. So to reset the lineup for ICC, it's Wilson, Norman, Guess, Burgess, and Whitney Watkins on the floor for the Lady Indians. Norman swings it across left side to Guess. Guess picks up her dribble, has to find somewhere to go with it. Now it's to Whitney Watkins. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Drives the lane. There's going to be a whistle. They're going to say a foul call against Cheatham. So I guess they're going to say Cheatham got her with the arm, bodied her up a little bit as Watkins was driving the lane. So, you know, today you've got that freedom of movement foul. That's going to be what that one is. Sends Watkins to the line where she misses the first.
You know, I didn't see the foul, but we'll take it when we need to knock down these free throws.
Rare miss there from Watkins. She averages 88% off the free throw line. A rare 2 miss. Misses both of them as Burgess goes up, gets the offensive board. It rolls around and now is controlled out at the top by Keeley Wilson. 1:45 to play in the first half. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pass goes into the corner to Whitney Watkins. No good for 3, but another offensive board to Keeley Wilson. Wilson drives the lane, pulls up with a floater. It rolls around, and it's good. Nice job there by Keeley as ICC got 3 offensive boards and finally was able to make something happen on the offensive end.
Good hustle by the Lady Indians. All tied 29 apiece, 1:24 left to half.
Back into that 2-3 jump style defense. Try to trap it at the top of the key. Delta's able to get the ball into the corner, but then it's turned over. Here comes Tatiana Norman. Shot out of a cannon up right side. Layup no good, and rebound is going to be going back to Delta. Now Delta shot out of a cannon. Here they come. A 1-on-2 in transition, but it's going to be a foul that goes against ICC. Well, you know what they tell you to do out in transition is attack the rim. That's what Jalila Gaddison did there, and she got fouled in the process.
Foul on Whitney Watkins, her second.
So kind of update us there on the foul trouble as it seems like ICC's got several ladies with 2 fouls.
We do. We got Watkins with 2, Overton with 2, Gandy with 2. The rest of the team has 1, but as we mentioned, Gandy and Watkins, 2 of our leading scorers, they're both out of the game, rest until the 3rd period.
First free throw from Delta's Gaddison up and no good. 29 all is the score, 1:06 to play in the first half. But as you mentioned, Watkins and Gandy, the only 2 ladies ICC have averaging in double figures. They're both on the bench, you would assume, for the remainder of the first half. In a bit of foul trouble. Second free throw from Gaddison's up and good, and gives back Delta the 1-point advantage with 1 minute to play here in the first half. Keeley Wilson walks the ball up the floor, fakes the three, kicks off right side, now back to Guest, now back to Wilson. Wilson kicks off inside to Zaire Burgess, who tries to use the glass, get one to go down. It does not go, and a rebound comes to Williams. Williams pushing the basketball up the floor, kicks up a quick pass in underneath the goal to Lee, and Lee attacks it and is fouled. 23, that will be Keeley Wilson. That's going to be Wilson's second foul. And, Jim, next thing you know, that's 3 starters for ICC and probably 3 of your better ball handlers that have 2 fouls.
And she's coming out of the game also.
Substitution onto the floor. Here comes Mariah Holland. She'll sub off Keeley Wilson. So for the last 45 seconds here of the first half, ICC is down 3 starters with 2 fouls. First shot, I believe that's Sabria Lee on the charity stripe. First one is up. It is good. Now here comes number 2. It's off the back iron, rolls around. Thought about going down. Will not go, though. So 2-point advantage for Delta. 40 seconds to play here in the first half. Scarlett Guess, kind of your guard in control of your offense right now. It kicks over left side to Ingram. Ingram back to Normand. Now here's Guess for 3. Open look right in front of the Delta bench. It's no good. Rebounds kicked up front, and now they got a wide open streaker down the lane for Delta. Layup goes off right side from Gaddison. It's good. And she was really had a lot of momentum. Looked like it may bang off the front iron. No good, but she gets it in there. And now they lead by 4. Largest lead of the night for Delta. 10 seconds to play in the first half. Tatiana Normand has the basketball. Drives up the near side. Floater in the lane. It's no good. Rebound goes to Zaire Burgess. Nice job there by Burgess to clean up the rebound and lay it up there off the far side block. So, you know, a first half where you struggled mightily. You got in some foul trouble. You turned the ball over way too much. But to be able to pick that bucket up there going into the break, that's big for the Indians.
No doubt about it. We're down 33-31 at halftime. As we mentioned, we have got 14 turnovers, and Delta has 11 turnovers. 25 turnovers in this ball game. Been a little sloppy.
33-31. Delta leads at the halftime break. We'll take that break and we'll come back with a Little Caesars halftime report. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza. Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you, wherever you go. Renasant Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that!
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this. Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
This broadcast of ICC Athletics is being brought to you by Renasant Bank, Little Caesars, Davis Ford, the Sonic of Fulton, Tupelo Coca-Cola Bottling Works, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, First American National Bank, the ICC BSU, your Itawamba County Farm Bureau agent, Joey Cox, Cagle Eye Center, the ICC Foundation, the Bank of Okolona, and the ICC Alumni Association.
Back here courtside at the Davis Event Center, this is the Little Caesars Halftime Report, brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. From strains and sprains to tears and breaks, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi has got you covered. Give them a call at 662-377-BONE or stop by at 499 Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. As we hope you enjoy those first half highlights presented by Little Caesars there as we go over all the stats, scores, recap, everything here in the Halftime Report. The Little Caesars app is combined with the new pizza portal and has made fastest pizza in Itawamba County even faster. Located at 1405 South Adams Street. Call ahead at 862-2250. That is Little Caesars. Jim, as we get ready to take a look at those stats right there, and we just kind of recap here the first half, ICC came out, they took the lead early on, and then they gave it right back to Delta. And then from that point on, it's just kind of been back and forth the whole way through. ICC's led by as much as 6. Delta's led by as much as 4. ICC led at 14-11 at the end of the first quarter, but it's a 2-point advantage at 33-31 for Delta here at the halftime break.
You're right, Jordan. We mentioned hadn't been much chemistry or rhythm. We got a total of 25 turnovers. ICC has 14. Delta has 11. You know, looking at the scoring here and starting with the Indians, Whitney Watkins has kept us in the game. Hit 3 big threes, got a big layup. She's got 11 points. Gandy's got 5. Overton's got 1. Burgess 2. Norm at 4. Elizabeth Ingram came off the bench, got 2. Keeley Wilson 5. Maria Holland has got 1. Looking at the Lady Trojans, they're freshmen, and they've got some good freshmen. Jamara Jones leading the team with 8. Gaddison's got 7. Lee's got 5. Cheatham's got 1. Benita Williams has got 2. Their leading scorer only has 4 tonight, and Ladea Bryant has 5. They're leading 33-31. We've stayed in the game. 2 things, I think, that's helped us tremendously. Whitney Watkins has showed her leadership tonight, and our rebounding has kept us in the ball game, but we're still down by 2. We got to play better team ball, and we got a problem. 3 of our starters have 2 fouls apiece.
That's a look at the first half stats brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton. With 1.3 million drink combos and mouth-watering burgers, why would you go anywhere else? Visit the Sonic in Fulton for exclusive offers and happy hour specials. Don't forget about the Sonic They have even more specials. And you know, as we talk about the spotlight here in the first half, 2 things you can really spotlight for ICC that's kept this game really manageable. That's Whitney Watkins on the offensive end and the fire she's found from the 3-point line, but also the offensive boards. I would say of the 31 points ICC has, half of those have probably been on second chance opportunities.
No doubt about it. You know, we're not hitting outside shots, but we're really rebounding well. We're crashing the boards. It's almost like throw it up there and go get it. And we're athletic enough, big enough that we can out-rebound them. Hopefully we'll keep it going. Start hitting some shots from the outside and quit turning the ball over. I think we can take control of the ball game.
That is the halftime spotlight presented by Renasant Bank. Visit RenasantBank.com to learn more about the Renasant Rewards Extra Checking Account. Things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts. Renasant Bank, understanding you. RenasantBank.com. 33-31, the Lady Trojans lead the Lady Indians here tonight inside the Davis Event Center in this MACJC North Division matchup. We'll take a break and we'll be back with all the second half action right here from Fulton. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and pizza portal pickup.
Pizza.
Here, you can be your best. The best train here. Learn here. Succeed here. Perform here. Win here. Thrive here. Itawamba Community College. The best start here.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renasant Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renasant, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Press conference today was great. It's wonderful when we can get the presidents together, leadership from community colleges, but even more importantly, to have the governor standing there with us and have Governor Reeves sharing his thoughts about our focus and our efforts in workforce and how we can begin to move the needle for Mississippi and really make a true impact. It's hard to imagine not funding Mississippi community colleges when you think about the fact that 75%, 3 out of 4 Mississippi Community College graduates stay and work in Mississippi. And when you also think about 93, 95% of our students are Mississippi residents. So we're doing the work of Mississippi and we are truly preparing tomorrow's workforce.
Well, we hope today that continued emphasis, continued awareness takes place about the great work that community colleges are doing. Also an awareness about the funding needs, the needs to continue to be able to provide workforce training dollars to assist students, but also academic and career technical students, but really showcasing the transformative work that community colleges play in the entire state of Mississippi.
It's amazing to watch in my 23 years experience in community colleges to see the impact it makes individually for students, that it really truly changes their lives through education. So many of our students come in with the end in mind, but there's others that don't quite know what they want to do, and we're able to put them on a path to a great career, whether that be through our career and technical programs or onto a university for a 4-year degree. But we are the beginning point and really the path that makes it possible because of our financial point. The fact that they can come in and not build a tremendous amount of debt or any debt at all and transfer on to finish that degree or go straight to the workforce. And we're so proud of our students and what they accomplish.
Get a Little Caesars large, extra most bestest stuffed crust pizza, topped with pepperoni and cheese, and stuffed with over 3 feet of cheese in the crust. That's right, we stuffed cheese into the crust of the pizza with extra cheese and the most pepperoni, all at the nation's best price of just $9. Try our convenient app and Pizza Portal pickup.
Pizza, pizza.
Back here inside the Davis Event Centers, we get ready for second half action as Mississippi Delta Community College leads ICC 33-31 at the halftime break. And Jim, as we talked about it in the halftime show, and now we'll just kind of reiterate it as we get ready to make plans to see what kind of adjustments have been made here in the second half. But it feels like if you can eliminate some of those turnovers, continue to attack the glass the way you did, even though you trail at the halftime break, you feel like you're in an okay position.
I really do, and we're only down 2, and we've turned the ball over a lot, and we hadn't shot well. And get rid of those turnovers, get the ball to Gandy and Watkins, our 2 leading scorers, get going, still continue to hit the boards. I feel like we can pull away.
And as you see, the same starting 5 will be out there for ICC. It'll be Gandy, Watkins, Wilson, Freelow, and Burgess. But 3 of those ladies found themselves in a lot of foul trouble.
Right. 2 fouls apiece. Got to be careful here early in the 3rd period.
So ICC will get the basketball here to open up the second half. And we'll see early on what changes were made there at the half. As Whitney Watkins, she's where the offense was found in the first half, as passes designed to go in low to the post to Zaire Burgess. She had a good look at it, couldn't finish, as it didn't really ever get turned towards the rim. Not a terribly on-balance shot there for Burgess. It was a good look, but she just almost rushed it felt like. So up the floor for Delta. Same starting 5 for Delta out there on the floor as they started the game with as well. So there's Jones for 3 on the near side off the wing. Tried to bank it in, no good. Rebound goes to Wilson, and she's fouled in the process. So a quick foul on the rebound. That one goes against Jones, so she pulled the 3, and then she fouled after the rebound. That's only Jones' first personal, though, team's first, at the 9:27 mark remaining here in the 3rd quarter. As this is an important game for ICC. They have hopes of winning the division and hosting the tournament here. You've got to win, though, and you've got to beat East Mississippi in a couple of weeks to really bring those dreams to fruition. As Whitney Watkins for 3. Off the iron, no good. Tried to fight for her own rebound. Couldn't quite get it. As pass comes up the floor in a hurry to Cheatham. Cheatham drives lane with the left hand. Pulls up off glass. No good. Rebound bounced around. It's going to be controlled by Jones for Delta, and it's going to be reset up at the top of the key. 3-point shot this time off the back iron for Lee. Rebound fought for and will be controlled by Tabria Gandy. Gandy up the near side, now brings it up the middle of the floor, kicks off left side, layup to Whitney Watkins. Great pass out in transition, and assist for Tabria Gandy.
Good job by Gandy. She's so athletic. Got the rebound herself. Fast break up the floor, found the streaking Watkins for the layup, ties the ball game up.
And that's what you want to see in a game where you trail at the halftime. You want to see your sophomore leaders in Whitney Watkins and Tabria Gandy really take over for your club. 2-3 zone set. Nice entry pass goes in there, lost it, and lands in the hands of Whitney Watkins. So here comes Keeley Wilson. Wilson likes to push the basketball when she's got it out front. Starts left, now comes back right, gives off to Gandy. Gandy with the left hand, and she tries to get to Whitney Watkins, and it's passed off by Jones, or picked off by Jones. Jones up the left side, lays it in, and back goes to the lead for the Lady Trojans. Just every time ICC feels like they get just a glimmer of momentum on the offensive end, they do something to give the basketball right back to them in a turnover. Double team down low in the post is Keeley Wilson. She splits it, pulls up off a bit of a floater look there on the near side, one-handed. Can't finish it, and again, transition up the floor comes Delta. Shot is partially blocked there by Sarah Freelow. So nice job of getting back on defense by Freelow. Pulls up for three. Whitney Watkins again off the front iron as she stepped into that one. A good-looking shot from Watkins will not go, and Delta holds on to that 2-point lead and takes control of it on the offensive end. Dribble drive there by Cheatham as she puts up off right hand, fouled by Sarah Freelow. And Freelow holds her arms out. She thought she got the ball, but nonetheless, they're going to say got a little bit more than the ball. Foul goes against her as mass substitution for ICC, as we'll see Watkins, Wilson, Freelow, and Burgess sub off, and Gandy as well. So five fresh faces.
Unbelievable.
Onto the floor for ICC. It's Tatiana Norman, Elizabeth Ingram, Lamaya Pfeiffer, Shamaria Overton, and Mariah Holland check onto the floor for the Lady Indians.
I don't think Coach Porter liked the way that five was playing here early in the third period.
Well, it just seemed like, some more of the same as free throw was airballed there by Cheatham. Cheatham shoots it at 65% off the free throw line, averaging 6.6 points per game. Her second one rattles around no good, so 0 for 2 off the line there for Cheatham. But I agree with what you said. Looked over here at Coach Porter. She didn't even have much to say to those ladies as they came back to the bench.
Just have a seat and think about it for a few minutes. Get ready. I'll get you back in when I can.
ICC is just not on the same page on offense, Jim. As a V cut there from Norman. She's coming back to the corner, and Overton just throws it into the tunnel. I mean, just not on the same page on the offensive end.
7 minutes left in the third period, 35-33. Delta Trojans up by 2 with the basketball.
Cheatham with the ball, takes it to the corner, fights out of the double team. Now pass goes into the logo. Nice shot there off the bank by Antonisha Wade. Well, Wade hasn't got much going offensively. She leads the team with 11.1 points per game, but she gets the first point, gets Delta back into the scoring column there. It's a long drought. And speaking of droughts, ICC is almost 4 minutes into the half and has not scored yet. 37-33, 6:30 to play, as another pass just sails out of bounds. Norman trying to get it into the low post, and this one just flies out of bounds as well.
17 turnovers tonight for the Lady Indians. They're down 4, 37-33, 6:25 left in the third period.
Trying to find a spark plug somewhere, and just seems like everywhere Coach Porter has turned, whether it's been different defensive looks, different offensive sets, different personnel on the floor, no matter what it's been, has not quite been able to find it. There's a big block there by Lamaya Pfeiffer in the paint. Ball lands in the hands of Tatiana Norman. And here you go. Here's your opportunity coming off a blocked shot to try to make something happen on the offensive end. Elizabeth Ingram looking for somewhere to go. Kicks it back to her right side to Norman. Now back to Ingram. Ingram for three off the wing. It's off back iron, no good. Rebound is controlled by Delta that time as Bryant fought for the rebound and gets it back to one of her guards. And here comes Delta back on the offensive end. Lead it by 4, matches their longest lead of the night. It's a three-point bucket out of the corner. It hits the bottom of the net, and it's good for Sabria Lee. And now out to a 7-point lead for the Trojans, and more fresh faces going to get ready to come into the game for ICC. 40-33, Delta leads as a 4.5-minute scoring drought for ICC to open up the second half. Ball goes into the corner to Shamaria Overton. Overton trying to kick it back to Lamaya Pfeiffer, and pass is intercepted there. And another turnover for ICC. That's 4 consecutive possessions. ICC's turned it over. And now a foul 70 feet away from the basket by Shamaria Overton, and we're going to have substitutions. Here comes Zaire Burgess, Sarah Freelow, Keeley Wilson, Whitney Watkins. I'm missing one, Tabria Gandy onto the floor for ICC. That's the second time now within the first 5 minutes of the half that ICC is going with a massive 5-lady substitution. Just searching for the right 5, trying to make something happen, specifically on the offensive end. 7-point lead for Delta. Pass almost intercepted by Wilson. Now it is picked off by Gandy. So Gandy out in transition, being trailed by 2 ladies. Pass up the floor, left side to Zaire Burgess, and Burgess too hard off the glass. Wilson, though, right there for that offensive board. And as we mentioned earlier, if it weren't for the offensive boards, ICC would be in a world of hurt. Well, a bad pass from Wilson over the top of the head of Gandy. Gandy controls it, but then dribbles it off her foot out of bounds, and that's 5 possessions in a row with a turnover now for ICC.
19 turnovers. We're down 40-33, 4:40 left in the third period. It's been all Delta this quarter.
ICC still trying to find the scoring column. A 5-minute and 20-second drought for ICC. Got whistles, and a travel is going to be called from all the way across the floor. Well, a nice job trapping the basketball there was ICC, and you saw Coach Tangela Banks was trying to get a timeout. Let's say that she walked before that timeout was whistled for. 7-point advantage for Delta, 4:30 to play in the third quarter, as ICC still trying to find their first points of the third quarter. Whitney Watkins with it, top of the key, kicks off to her left side to Keeley Wilson, now to Burgess. Pass is kicked around, now Watkins, loose ball, rolling around, and it's going to be controlled again by Delta. His body's hit the floor everywhere, a jump ball. Delta had control of it, lost it, but they will get it back off the jump ball. And as I've said several times throughout the year, I'm able to hear some things Coach Porter says over here to my left, and that's about the third possession I've heard her say, would you please run the offense? It's like that coming down on the offensive end and just pretty much losing it. It's a straight full-court press from ICC, trying to make it difficult to get the ball in, but they have definitely broken it here. 3-on-2 in transition. Whistle, foul, charge is going to be called against Delta. They're going to say extension of the arm will be the reason for the charge call. Foul number 3. They're going to get
Sabria Lee. I think that's her third foul.
Yeah, it is 3 against Lee. Second team foul of the quarter. As we'll see, Sabria comes off the floor, and there comes back Jamariel Jones, who's really been one of those spark plugs on the offensive end for Delta.
Jordan, we have not scored this quarter. Is that correct?
That's correct. Not by my numbers.
And we're down by 7.
Okay, Adam's saying we did score 2 points.
Yeah, we scored early, I think, in the third period. That's correct.
Sabria Gandy off the far side there, comes back right into the paint, and there's your spark plug. That's what you're looking for on the offensive end, as Gandy gets it there into the lane, is able to convert and get it back to a 5-point game. So 40-35, Delta leads. Pass goes low in the paint, no good. Is the shot from Delta. They're going to say rebound goes off the foot of Bryant and gives the basketball back to ICC.
We'll take it. I believe it's out on us, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. We'll take it. Need that opportunity. Need the basketball back on the offensive side. Keeley Wilson from a step inside the lane, no good, as an easy rebound lands right in the hands of Sarah Freelow, and she lays it up there and gets ICC back to within 3. Nice job there by Freelow to attack the glass one for the offensive board.
Good job. As we said, hit the boards. We're bigger than them, a little bit more athletic than them. Hit the boards. We cut it to 3, 40-37, 3 minutes left in the third period.
So it's been a quarter that ICC has not done really much of anything right, but they still only trail it by 3 with 3 minutes to play in the third quarter. Shot no good from Delta. Rebound goes to Tatiana Norman. Now up the near side she comes. Trap gets it back to Gandy. Now Gandy looks to get it there in the lane. She fakes the pull up there at the free throw line. Gets a pass knocked away from her, but it ends up in the hands of Sarah Freelow. Freelow no good off the far side wing, but there's Gandy for the rebound. Tatiana Norman off the elbow. Hers off the glass. It's good. Renasant Bank shot there from Tatiana Norman. Renasant Bank understanding you. RenasantBank.com as Delta has seen a 7-point lead evaporate all the way down to 1, but they hold on to that 40-39 lead, 2:29 remaining in the third quarter. Timeout by Coach Tangela Banks. We'll take that timeout as well right here. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do, and we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renasant Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations. except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renasant, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.
Well, Jim, ICC trails it by a point, 40-39, 2:29 to go in the third quarter. But as you just said, they're lucky to be in the position that they're only down one.
We're fortunate by hitting the boards, hitting a few shots here late in the third period. We've cut it to 1, 2:29 left, 40-39. Lady Trojans up by 1.
Back into that full court press, and they force a turnover there. Scarlett Guest comes up with it off the inbound pass. Nice job there by Coach Porter coming out of the timeout, changing up that defense, going to more of that defensive pressure. Now you got to capitalize on it on the offensive end. Keeley Wilson gets it into the lane, puts it up from the logo, off the glass, it's in and good. That's back-to-back bank shots. Those bank shots presented to you by Renasant Bank. So ICC back into the lead. They trailed by 7, and now another turnover. Here comes Wilson out in transition off the left end, fights through some contact and lays it up, and good. And now back to a 3-point advantage. So a 10-0 run for ICC. They trailed by 7, now they lead by 3. That's how quick things can change for you right there.
Showing our athleticism, good timeout earlier by Coach Porter.
1:40 to go in the third quarter. A pull-up jump shot is good over from the far corner there by Takrichis Honey. So cuts it to a 1-point lead for ICC.
She just came in the game, no conscience, just nails a 3. Give her credit.
Rebound fought for there off the missed shot by Gandy as it was Wilson in there fighting for it. They say she got it, she went up with it. It's going to be considered a shooting foul as that foul will go against Benita Williams and send Keeley Wilson to the free throw line. First foul against Williams, team's third. But they do get her for the shooting. They say she was shooting, so she will go to the strike. Keeley Wilson, sophomore, out of Horn Lake High School, has really had to take on a large role as a guard in this offense over the course of the last few weeks, dealing with the illness that Tabria Gandy has had. And, you know, one thing I like about Keeley is she can play all the way across the board for you. If you need her to line up in the 5 spot and go with a smaller lineup, she can do that. If you want her to run the show as the point guard, she can do that as well. She's provided a big role here down the stretch as ICC has got back into this game and took the lead. It's 2 for 2 off the line for Wilson, and ICC goes back up by 3.
She now has 11 points, playing very well tonight.
So back into a man-to-man set. As Cheatham goes to work on Scarlett Guest. Pass comes back out top of the key to Gaddison. Gaddison starts right, now comes back left. Kicks it over to Jones. And you feel like the offense is really going to go through Jones at this point of the game. That's what it seemed like down the stretch here. It's all the way to the block. Wild shot thrown up off the iron. No good. Rebound fought for, controlled, and goes back up. And an easy putback layup there for Mississippi Delta. Well, you've done a good job rebounding all night, but they got the better of you there, and it cost you 2 points. Keeley Wilson fakes the shot off the elbow, kicks out to her left side to Mariah Holland, who drills home the 3 from a step behind the 3-point line. Holland, first 3-point attempt of the night is good, and that gives ICC back the 4-point lead. As trouble getting the ball inbounded for Delta, timeout down the floor by Coach Tangela Banks. She'll burn that timeout with 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. 4-point advantage for ICC, 48-44. They lead it as we go to timeout. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Everyone has a unique story to tell. Maybe your story has you performing your new song in front of a crowd, getting to play your favorite sport, or enjoying a horseback ride in the country. At Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi, our group of skilled surgeons understand your need to continue your story. That is why we are the preferred choice for orthopedic care. Thank you for choosing us. Our story is you. Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi.
Timeout was brought to you by the ICC Indian delegation, reminding you that it's time to schedule a tour of ICC by visiting tours.iccms.edu. 48-44, ICC leads, 36 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. And Jim, it's been a tale of 2 parts to this quarter as ICC came out struggling, only scored 2 points through the first 6 minutes, but then went on a 10-0 run to take back the lead.
They did. They were down 7, as you mentioned, went on the 10-0 run, and we're up by 4 here with 25 seconds left in the third period.
20 seconds on the shot clock, 25 seconds on the game clock, so 5-second differential for Delta on the offensive end. Trying to get the ball down low inside. They do just that, getting it to Wade. Wade from right there off the block. She's up and good. And that gets the leading scorer 2 more points, averaging 11 points per game, and she's inching closer and closer to that number. So 2-point advantage for ICC. Tabria Gandy with the basketball. 5 seconds remaining. Guest starts back to her left, kicks off to Keeley Wilson, who pulls up for 3, and it's no good. It's just a possession that seemed forced from the get-go. 48-46, ICC will take that lead, though, into the fourth quarter. And, after that stretch they had there at the beginning of the third quarter, it felt like they weren't going to be able to find the bucket.
You're right, and I feel good about what we did. The end of the third quarter, down by 7, made a run here, got a 2-point lead going into the fourth period.
So momentum on the side of ICC as we head to the fourth. We'll take a break with a timeout. We'll be back with all your fourth quarter action right after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here. It's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Back here for fourth quarter action from the Davis Event Center as ICC leads at 48-46. But, Jim, this thing, it's really been nip-tucked the whole way.
You're right, Jordan. It's been, as you mentioned, the third period. We went cold, scored first 2 points, I think, in the third period. They went on a 10-0 run, had a 7-point lead. Then we went on a 10-0 run to take the lead. We got a 2-point lead here starting the fourth quarter.
Pass knocked around, and another pass is just forced in low. Overton just threw one inside, had nowhere to go with it. And then just an even worse opportunity there on the fast break as Delta had a wide open layup that they could not finish. Now straight up the floor they go. Tabria Gandy throws one off the glass, no good, out of bounds and off of Burgess, and Delta will control it. Well, that was about 27 seconds worth of just up and down the floor.
No doubt about it.
No good opportunity on the offensive end for anybody.
9:33 left in the ball game. ICC Lady Indians up 48-46 on Delta Lady Trojans.
This press right here was just a straight-up full-court pressure, man-to-man defense has been what's caused the biggest issues for Delta so far on the night when they've had the ball in their hands. So reset the floor for ICC. Shamaria Overton, Keeley Wilson, Zaire Burgess, Mariah Holland, and Tabria Gandy are the 5 ladies in pink on the floor for ICC. Jones with it, top of the key, kicks off into the corner to Honey. Honey pulls up for 3, no good. Rebound, though, to Wade. Wade takes that rebound, rolls back to her right, puts it up, no good, but is fouled in the process. That foul will go against Mariah Holland. So to the line for 2 comes Wade.
She's their leading scorer, averaging 11 a game. She's got 9 right now, going to the line to shoot 2 free throws. 48-46, Lady Indians up, 9:05 left in the ball game.
Time for a Renasant Bank scoreboard update. As we talked about earlier, the division standings, ICC is 1 game back technically from East Mississippi with another matchup coming as first free throw from Wade is up and no good. Jim, a close game taking place between Northwest and EMCC. EMCC leads 47-43. They're on the road there. Is that correct, Adam? Are they at Northwest or at East? It's at East, so East at home. They lead it by 4, but under 6 minutes remaining in the contest. So one to definitely keep an eye on there as we track things and get ready to look and see who may possibly host that tournament here coming in a couple weeks. As Keeley Wilson jumps up in the air, comes down with a basketball in her hands. That's an easy travel call. And another turnover for ICC, and the fourth quarter's opened up just like the third did.
22nd turnover of the night for the Lady Indians.
48-47, ICC leads it. That's great to see that Northwest is keeping that thing close there with East, but you got to take care of business here tonight on your own. And ICC has definitely struggled to do that a little bit here. Overton defending on Gaddison. Gaddison takes it all coast to coast, all the way to the baseline. Pass goes in low to Jamariel Jones. Out of bounds off ICC. 18 seconds on the shot clock. The inbound pass will come from Gaddison there underneath the goal. Trying to get the ball down low in the post. They get it there to Bryant. Bryant puts up a shot blocked partially by Lamaya Pfeiffer, and it ends up in the hands of Tabria Gandy. Nice job there by Gandy to slow things down, let your offense set up. Now she has the basketball back, and lots of contact there at the top of the key. No foul call as the pass goes in low to Lamaya Pfeiffer. Cannot handle that pass, though, and Delta has it right back, and that's number 23, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Turnover bug is definitely locked on to ICC so far throughout the night. Jacambriona Cheatham with the basketball. Gives off to Gaddison, who comes back now to her left. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now back over to Cheatham. And you can tell here, Delta really wants to take the basketball to the hole or wants to operate through the low post, and they do just that as Cheatham just dribbles off the baseline, lays it up off the right side without much of defense.
No doubt, and they've taken the lead, 49-48, 7:50 left in the ball game.
So back and forth we go here again. 1 point advantage for the Trojans as we go under 1 minute remaining. Pass comes over to Gandy, and they're going to say, as Wade was coming to try to take the basketball, which it was a loose basketball, I'll give her that, but they say she got her by the leg. Foul call goes against 25, Antonisha Wade. And I call it a trip officially. It's her second personal, team's first of the quarter. So we'll see Whitney Watkins and Tatiana Normant back onto the floor for the Lady Indians. Watkins leading scorer tonight for ICC. 3 3-pointers has been the biggest thing happening on the offensive end for the Lady Indians.
She's leading the team. She mentioned she's got 13 points tonight, leading the team here in the fourth period.
Get it to her off a screen there into the corner, and she fires it back towards Normant. Pass is picked off. So here comes Delta in transition. There's going to be a whistle on a foul. No shot. It's out in transition. They're going to get somebody. I think it was Normant. They're going to say, no, it was Watkins who fouled Cheatham out in transition. That's only the second team foul, though, so no shots for Delta as they'll inbound it from underneath the goal. That's third foul, though, against Whitney Watkins. So inbound pass from the near side. Pass tied up. Or I tell you what, Whitney Watkins just stole it away. 3-on-1 out in transition comes Watkins. Pulls up, thinks about pulling it up from the corner. Nice job there by Whitney Watkins. If she stops right there, draws the attention to herself, then a bounce pass in underneath the goal to Zaire Burgess. Burgess able to finish it up there and get ICC back that lead. A travel by Jamariel Jones is, that press is one thing ICC's done tonight that has really caused some confusion for Delta on the offensive side of things.
We have 24 turnovers. Delta has 18. So maybe we get them to catch us with 24. We'll pull away with this ball game.
42 turnovers, though, in the basketball
Yes,
game.
sir.
That lead has gotten even smaller for East Mississippi down in Scuba. 47-45, East leads, 4:16 to go. As we'll keep our eyes on that as this one comes to a close as well. ICC leads it by a point at the under 7 mark as Zaire Burgess goes back to attacking the glass. Foul's going to go against Ladidra Bryant. Bryant's second personal, but that is a shooting foul, and that will send Burgess to the line for 2. Burgess, a 61.5% free throw shooter on the year. Really could use these 2 here. His first one is up and good. Nice looking rotation on the basketball. Good looking stroke off the free throw line there for Zaire Burgess. The freshman out of Oxford, Lafayette County High School. Burgess has found herself there in that starting lineup for the majority of the year. Second one off the front iron, no good. So a 2-point lead for ICC. 6:50 to go in this one. Nice job there on defense by Lamaya Pfeiffer and Whitney Watkins cutting off the ball carrier. She tried to pass it over across the lane for the easy layup. Got that hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. So now an inbound pass for Delta in underneath the goal. Pass comes all the way out the top of the key. Now shifts all the way, double pass to the right side. Now for 3 off the wing. That one bottom of the net for Jalea Gaddison. As every time ICC feels like they've got the lead and found something on the offensive end, it's an answer on the other side from Delta. Back into the lead goes Delta.
And Gaddison's got a good-looking shot. She's got 10 points now. And Delta's up 52-51, 6:20. We took the lead again.
Just as you say, Delta has the lead. ICC takes it right back as Watkins steps inside the lane, pulls up, and it's good. 53-52, ICC takes back the lead. Turnover forced by ICC. Here comes Gandy running out in transition. Into the lane she goes. Stops there. Now kicks off to the wing to Whitney Watkins, who drills it home for the 4th time tonight. Whitney Watkins good from 3. A nice job by Tabria Gandy. Get it there into the interior of that defense and then find that 3-point shooter. She kicks it over there, and Watkins is able to rattle it home. 56-52, ICC back in the lead. 5:48 to go, and that's going to be a whistle, an offensive foul on a moving screen. They get that one on Jalea Gaddison, and ICC with the momentum back over on the home bench.
We got a 4-point lead here. Maybe we could stretch it here, Jordan. 5:48 left in the ball game. 56-52. Lady Indians up by 4 with the basketball.
It was like ICC, for the first time really in the second half, has that momentum all over on their side. They have the opportunity here. Delta back on their heels a little bit. 2-3 zone as Watkins goes past down into the teeth. Now kicks back up top, and they're going to get Tatiana Normant for 3 seconds in the lane. And that's probably a good call. She'd been set up right there for a while. And when you got a guard who's probably playing a 4 spot, not used to playing that 4 spot, get caught up in that lane sometimes, it'll get you in some trouble. 4-point lead for ICC, sticking into that full court press. His pass goes up the far right side there, and it's dribble drive by Gaddison. She lays it up off the right side good. Cuts that lead in half, back to 2 points as 5 minutes we approach.
Gaddison, good-looking athlete.
Gaddison, a freshman out of Hollandale Simmons. As Mariah Holland pulls up off the back iron, no good, but there's Zaire Burgess with a rebound. Her putback, no good. Tabria Gandy with a putback, no good. Holland with another one. They're going to say she got it in her hands, but she stepped out of bounds as she did it. 4 opportunities to finish for ICC within 2 feet, and they just couldn't do it.
Jordan, you got to keep doing that. It's going to fall in. Great effort by the Lady Indians on the backboard.
ICC trying to deny that inbound pass. Finally get it in. Now into the hands of Vanita Williams. Being defended by Whitney Watkins. Williams goes right, now comes back left, picks up her dribble. The ball got knocked loose. Now they reset with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Still trying to get that basketball there into the low post, and as they attack off that right side, bodied up by Tabria Gandy, and they get her for the foul. That's the 3rd foul on Gandy, 4th team foul. And Jim, obviously, Delta wants to get the ball into the low post. That's whether they dribble drive in there or are able to set up Wade and get her posted up. That's what they want to do, is get the ball down low. Inbound pass comes to Wade. She goes to work off the baseline. Now quick pass comes back across to Williams. Williams goes up, no good. Rebound to Burgess. Now to Bria Gandy with the basketball. Slows things down. Goes right side to Whitney Watkins for 3. This one's good as well. Whitney Watkins for the 5th time tonight. And I tell you what, she's burning up the nets from 3-point land.
Got 21 points to lead the team. We extended the lead to 5 here. 59-54. 4:20 left in the ball game.
Can't say enough about Whitney Watkins putting together one of her best games of the year so far here tonight. As 5 times now from 3-point land, she's been able to knock it home. Delta breaks the press. Now Gaddison for 3, and she knocks one home as well. What an answer there by Jalela Gaddison.
She's got 15 points to lead the Delta Lady Trojans.
59-57, 2-point advantage at the 4-minute mark for the Lady Indians. Pass goes into the post to Burgess. Now comes back out top to Norman. As you can see now, offensively, they're trying to get the basketball to Whitney Watkins. If she goes up, rattles around, no good. Rebound by Norman, and she puts it back up off the right side. Good. Nice job there by Norman. Again, just finding herself in the right place, getting the offensive board, and putting it back up.
Jordan, we talked about we will lead the team in rebounding tonight, and we've out-rebounded Delta by a big margin tonight. That's why we've got a 4-point lead.
Wade with the basketball. Pass trying to get it to her open lady down off the block, but a nice job there by Burgess to get a leg in the way and kick the basketball away. As substitutions for Delta, we will see Bryant subs off the floor to Keetris Honey back into action for the Lady Trojans. Inbound pass coming from Williams. Williams is able to get it in up top to Cheatham. Cheatham kicks back to the right side to Williams. Now Williams to Wade. Wade, leading scorer on the team. And I was going to say that has to be a walk there. 3 steps. They do get her. So a turnover from Delta and gives it back to ICC. 4-point advantage for the Lady Indians. 3:24 to play.
We have 25 turnovers. They have 20.
And really that's been the story. I mean, ICC has fought through some turnovers and some offensive possessions where they've not taken care of the basketball, but you still lead it with 4 minutes left, or 3 minutes left. You lead it by 4, 3:10 to play. And you just want to fight through this and finish. As Tabria Gandy trying to do that on her own as she gets it there into the lane. A floater off the logo, off the glass. It's good. And there's going to be a whistle and a timeout by Coach Tangela Banks. As Coach Banks realizes this one's starting to slip away just a little bit. 6-point advantage for ICC. 3:02 to play in the contest. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
The Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value.
Time that.
You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this. Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
First American National Bank is a local bank. Our 10 locations are right here in Northeast Mississippi. Banking decisions are made locally by people who live here, and it's been that way for more than 50 years. Our involvement in the community is important to us. That's where our roots are. Technology, it changes daily, but our community is what keeps us together. If you like high-tech banking, we've got that too. Follow the flag to First American National Bank, from Iuka to Tupelo.
Well, Jim, this one far from over. A 6-point lead for ICC, 3:02 remaining in the contest. But we would like all our listeners and the folks watching with us there on Let's Go ICC TV, make plans to be with us here inside the Davis Event Center next Monday night as East Mississippi comes to town. That'll be a big one, and it possibly, depending on the outcome of this one and on Thursday night, could be a lot riding for these ladies on that matchup.
You know, that'd be sophomore night also, I believe, last home game of the year.
As pass just sails out of bounds there for Delta, and it feels like, 3 minutes remaining. Things are far from over, but it feels like things starting to get a little bit off the rails for Delta here down the stretch. As pass just sails out of bounds.
We're up by 6. A basket here, Jordan, be huge to take an 8 or 9 point lead here with less than 3 minutes left in the ball
Need to get
game.
a good offensive look as skip pass goes across Whitney Watkins into the hands of Tabria Gandy. Gandy fights through the double team, gets to the baseline, kicks across to Normant. Normant pulls up from 8 feet, rattles around, no good. Rebound, fought for, and controlled now by Delta. Nice job by Cheatham to get in there for the board. Now up the floor comes Williams, trying to get right side, trying to get a little cute there with that pass in the lane. It's intercepted by ICC. Now Tabria Gandy down the floor. Now she wisely pulls it out, shows her veteran leadership there as 2:15 to go, pulls it out, doesn't want to force anything, didn't have the numbers there. Force something different on the offensive end. It's a great entry pass onto the block to Mariah Holland. Holland turns to her left, puts it up off the glass with the left side in and good. And the freshman with a big bucket there for ICC.
Our largest lead of the ball game.
There's the answer from Delta once again as Antonisha Wade out of that same corner they've hit just about every three-pointer out of as she cuts it back to 5 one more time. 1:45 to play as Gandy gets it into the lane, puts it in off the front iron, couldn't make it go, but she was fouled. And we'll go to the charity stripe as foul goes against Jack Cabriano Cheatham. That'll be the 4th team foul against the Lady Trojans, but it is a shooting foul. It'll send Gandy to the line. And 2 big free throws here for Tabria Gandy. First one off the front iron, no good. It's a 5-point advantage for ICC, 1:44 to play. Second shot from Gandy, in and good, so 6 points, so full 2 possessions is the lead for the Lady Indians as we'll reset the floor. Tatiana Normant, Tabria Gandy, Whitney Watkins, Mariah Holland, and Zaire Burgess are the 5 for the Lady Indians on the floor. Nice job breaking the press there from Cheatham. Cheatham gets it to Jones. Now Jones back up top, and a banked in 3 is good there by, was that Thornton?
What? No, excuse me. That was Gaddison.
That was Gaddison again. Okay, so it was 13 instead of 23. So now back to 3 points for ICC. Back-to-back threes, big answers from Delta. As a 3-point up, no good from Whitney Watkins. Rebound, no good. Now another rebound, and ICC just cannot make it finish right there under the goal. As ICC got really lucky there. As numbers over the top for Delta. They didn't see it, didn't force it up there, but here they come once again. It's Williams off the right side, no good. Rebound from Jones, and it flew all the way over the backboard. She must have thought she was fouled. The ball got knocked loose or something because, that thing sailed all the way over the backboard for Jones. So timeout on the floor. Coach Porter called that timeout. A 3-point advantage at 66-63 for ICC as we're under 1 minute, 59 seconds remaining. As we'll just keep it here through this timeout, Jim, as we try to just recap what has happened so far here tonight. It was the first quarter that was back and forth, but felt like it was mostly controlled by ICC. In the second quarter and the first part, I'd say the first 3 minutes of the third, it was all Delta. But from that point on, it's just been a nip-tuck fight back and forth.
No doubt. Our rebounding has been outstanding. We mentioned that we're very athletic. We'll hit the boards. And our sophomore leaders, Gandy and Watkins, have come through here big time. And they need to. This last minute in the ball game, we got a 3-point lead and the ball.
Can't say enough about the sophomore out of Decatur, Alabama, Whitney Watkins tonight. When the offense has had to have a bucket, there's been several times where it felt like this was on the verge of getting away from ICC. Every time Watkins has had that answer.
No doubt about it. She's got 21 points to lead us tonight. Great leadership. Her and Gandy, we need to take control of the ball this last minute of the game and close it out here on our home court.
So a 3-point lead for ICC. 59 seconds remaining. They're going to have the basketball and have to inbound it here all the way on the opposite end of the floor. But actually, with the timeout, it advances up the floor. They'll inbound it here just to the next of us in the ICC Alumni Affairs and Foundation broadcast booth. But the key in these games here down the stretch, one possession type game in under a minute, you got to make free throws and you got to take care of the basketball.
Take care of the basketball.
Taking care of the basketball has been the one that's plagued ICC tonight.
And both teams have not taken care of the basketball.
Tabria Gandy starts left, comes back right, now kicks over to Tatiana Normant. Normant goes back to her left, picks up her dribble, has to find somewhere to go with it. It's good defense, and there's a whistle, and it's going to be a timeout by Coach Porter. Well, 15 seconds on the shot clock, 43 seconds remaining in the contest. 66-63, ICC has the lead. We'll take this break and be back after a message from our sponsor. This is ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
My burger goes best with mustard.
Ketchup and mustard.
Grass-fed beef.
No, corn-fed.
On the grill.
Now, flat top.
Iceberg lettuce.
Nah, arugula. Jalapeno.
No way. Avocado, dude.
Medium rare. Gotta be well done. Brioche.
Sesame seeds.
American cheese.
Cheddar.
Can I have a turkey burger? What? Turkeys are for Thanksgiving, man. I like my burger with the Coke.
I'll agree to that. Strictly with the Coke.
Only with the Coke.
Coke and a burger. Come on.
All right.
That's where you get the flavor.
(66-63) ICC leads, 43.9 seconds remaining in the contest. They'll inbound it across the way. 15 seconds on the shot clock as the inbound pass comes to Bria Gandy. Gandy with it, 40 feet away from the basket. Now starts off left side, trying to get it into the lane. Now steps back, gives off to Mariah Holland from the free throw line. It's in and good. Nice shot there by the freshman Mariah Holland. So big defensive possession here. As you know, Delta's going to try to attack the basket. They do just that with Williams. A bad miss off the glass. Rebound by Delta. Another shot off the glass. Rebound fought for and is going to end up in the hands of Tabria Gandy. Well, this is a spot where you got to foul, and they do just that. As they get Gandy in the back, foul will go against Sabria Lee. And that will send Gandy to the free throw line. And you would think Coach Porter is going to try to get her better free throw shooters in the game right here.
No doubt. We got a 68-63 lead, 5-point lead, 17 seconds left in the ball game. We're shooting free throws.
And she does just that as we see Sarah Freelow as well as Keeley Wilson sub back onto the floor. She'll pull all of her ladies back to the half-court stripe. That way, off of a missed free throw there, the rebound, they can't beat them over the top. First free throw up and good by Gandy. That expands the lead to 6 points. So 69-63, pending this free throw from Gandy. Second one's up. It is good as well. So now 7-point advantage. 17.6 seconds remaining as Zaire Burgess will come back onto the floor for Sarah Freelow. Well, we got a timeout. We do. So I didn't hear the whistle, but there is a timeout on the floor. His final score down in Scuba is East Mississippi has hung on. They've knocked off Northwest 61-54. So a game that was tight late. So your two leaders in the division were East Mississippi coming into the night at 9-0. Us here at ICC we were 7-1. And both teams have been in a dogfight tonight.
No doubt about it. We got a 7-point lead. 17 seconds left in the ball game. Take care of business. Let's walk out of here with a W.
So the key right here will be you don't want to foul. You don't want to give up an easy bucket, but late in the game, if you lead by single digits, you don't want to give up points with the clock not running. So don't turn the ball over when you got it. Make your free throws when you got it, but don't foul them when they have it. You should get out of here with a win.
Make them use some time here. Make them extend the time here. Regardless if they make the shot, use up a lot of time.
The five on the floor for ICC will be Gandy, Normant, Burgess, Watkins, and Mariah Holland. That is the five out there in those pink uniforms tonight for ICC. So inbound pass for Delta will come from right in front of the visitors' bench. Inbound pass comes there to Vanita Williams. Williams goes left. Has it in the corner, tries to put up a three, shot is blocked by Mariah Holland. Now, three-point bucket from straight on. There from Gaddison, rolled around, no good, and ICC has the rebound, and Jim, they are going to escape on a night where they played far from their best they're able to get out of here with a 7-point victory. They win at 70-63, but I tell you what, this game was a whole lot closer than that scoreboard shows.
It was. And give Mississippi Delta credit. They came in here, they've only won one division game. They played hard tonight, but also give our Lady Indians credit. Found a way to win on the home court, stay into this race. 70-63 win for the Lady Indians.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with the Renasant Bank postgame report. Jim has the stats for us. We'll recap everything that happened here. We'll set the stage for the rest of the way out here for these Lady Indians. The win tonight for ICC, just for your information, improves ICC to 16-3 and 8-1 in division play. And as we've mentioned, everything is still ahead of ICC. You control your own destiny. That's all you can ask for at this point. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back with the post-game report right after this. This is ICC basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
Ever since you got that license, you haven't stopped moving forward. Now that you're older and on the move, you need a safer place to keep your money. We get it. A student checking account frees you up with things like mobile check deposit to take care of that check from grandma without having to stop at a bank. Pay with your phone when you're out with friends. And stop worrying about ATM fees. We'll pay you back for those. Worry about your future, not your money. And know that we'll stick with you wherever you go. Renasant Bank. Understanding you. Member FDIC.
Car Hop Classic for just $2.99 is the perfect 1-2 punch of flavor and value. Time that! You need a trainer to help you eat the burger?
Hey, stay out of this. Don't get in my head, man. There's barely room for me in there.
Hurry in and try quarter-pound double cheeseburger or 6-inch Philly plus tots for $2.99.
My mom never let me eat this much cookie dough.
What would she say if she saw you eating this big scoop cookie dough blast?
I don't know. Why ask her?
Don't tell your father.
Oh, naughty, naughty.
Hurry in and scoop up our new cookie dough treats. Try order ahead to get happy hour anytime.
70-63, the Lady Indians are able to escape after they've had to fight and tooth and claw all the way back into this thing, come from behind several times. They fight back and get the victory to improve to 8-1 in division play, 16-3 now overall on the campaign for Coach Robin Porter's Lady Indians. This is the Renasant Bank postgame report. Visit RenasantBank.com to learn more about the Renasant Rewards extra checking account. Things like roadside assistance, cell phone insurance, over 400,000 discounts. Renasant Bank, understanding you. RenasantBank.com. As we go through the postgame report here, you'll get to enjoy these highlights there on your screen, presented by Little Caesars. The Little Caesars app, combined with the new pizza portal, has made the fastest pizza in Itawamba County even faster. Located at 1405 South Adams Street, call ahead at 862-2250. As we'll kick it over to our good friend Jim Ingram. He's got a look at the scoring column and can run down those stats from us here tonight in this matchup.
Jim? The most important status, we won the ball game tonight, 70-63. Found a way to win at home. I'll first of all go over to Delta Lady Trojans scoring. Gaddison had 18. Cheatham had 6. Sabria Lee had 8. Jamar Jones, the freshman, had 10. Their leading scorer, Nisha Wade, the averages 11 a game, had 12. Williams had 2. Ladea Bryant had 5. And Takritis Honey had a big three-pointer. Now for the Lady Indians, our 3 sophomore leaders led us in scoring tonight, led by Whitney Watkins with 21. Keeley Wilson had 11. And Tabria Gandy had 12. Overton had 1. Burgess had 5. Elizabeth Ingram had 2. Norman had 8. Sarah Freelo had 2, and Mariah Holling came off the bench and had 8 big points. Good win. We look at the turnovers. Yes, we had 25 turnovers, but also Delta Lady Trojans had 22 turnovers.
And Jim, they say that you are as good, your team is as good as your best players are on a bad night. And that's what it was tonight. It was impressive to see the sophomore leadership between Tabria Gandy, Whitney Watkins, and Keeley Wilson out there tonight, as they're able to realize, hey, this has not been our night. We've turned the ball over a lot. We've not played well on the offensive end. But at the end of the day, they're able to buckle down and go get a win. That says a lot about your team when your sophomores can step up and do that.
No doubt. They played very well. As you mentioned, the sophomores stepped up, and some other ladies didn't score as much tonight. So those 3 ladies had to take control of the game, found a way to win the ball game.
That has been your game recap, brought to you by the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi. From strains and sprains to tears and breaks, the Orthopedic Institute of North Mississippi has got you covered. Give them a call at 662-377-BONE or stop by at 499 Gloucester Creek Village in Tupelo. It's the last thing we have here to do tonight, my friend, at least for the ladies' portion before we get ready for this men's game here in a little while, is decide on our star of the game, and I'm going to turn that one over to you.
Well, you and I talked about it tonight. And I thought she came through. We could give it to any of the three sophomores we talked about earlier, but I believe, looking through the list here, Whitney Watkins hitting those big threes early in the ball game, got us the lead, extended the lead, led us tonight with 21 points. Her leadership and her scoring, I give her the player of the game.
I agree with you.
Thank you, sir.
I think that's the right
Appreciate
call.
it.
Whitney Watkins, tonight's star of the game. Star of the game brought to you by the Sonic of Fulton with 1.3 million drink combos and mouth-watering burgers. Why go anywhere else? Visit the Sonic in Fulton for exclusive offers and happy hour specials. Don't forget about the Sonic Have. They have even more specials there. 70-63, ICC escapes on a night where it was tough from start to finish, but they're able to buckle down and get the victory late in the fourth quarter. They improve, as we mentioned, to 16-3, 8-1 in division play. They will be on the road at Kahoma on Thursday night. There will not be a broadcast for that game, so to stay up with date with the scores, follow along there with Adam Gore and Lee Adams there on Twitter. They'll keep you up to date with that. And then next Monday night, we'll be back here inside the friendly confines of the Davis Event Center for sophomore night. But, Jim, for these ladies, there could be an awfully lot riding on that game.
No doubt about it. The East Mississippi and the way it looks, it's between East Mississippi and ICC women right now. Who's going to win the division?
70-63, ICC comes out on top. As we'll step away, we'll come back here in just a little while with the men's portion and the nightcap for tonight's action. You've been listening to ICC Basketball on the ICC Sports Network.
You live life on your own terms. You won't be told what you can't do. And we're here to back you. From the boardroom to the big stage, Renasant Bank supports women striving for success. Because greatness isn't held to anyone's expectations, except yours. So if anyone says you can't, prove them wrong. Rise with Renasant, supporting women and the communities they influence every day.